Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today I want to talk about where to find clients. Yep, just that. Today's quote is from Jim Rohn. If you make a sale, you can make a living. If you make an investment of time and good service in a customer, you can make a fortune. Learning to get clients for your VA business just makes everything easier. You're in business to stay in business. And the best way to do that is to get to know the people that you want to work with. Let's go. The number one thing the virtual assistants come to me for help with, and the ones that don't come to me who also want to know this, where do I find clients? We have this sense that when we build it, they'll come. And that is so not the case when we start our VA business. We struggle trying to perfect things like our website, our social media, like our Instagram grid, our branding, whatever, the looks of everything. And then when we finally deem all of that to be perfect and ready, we have no idea how to get clients. To have a VA business, you need to have clients. Without it, you have a hobby, or you have a job that pays like garbage. So, you have to prioritize learning how to find clients in order for your VA business to be successful. And that starts with where to look, which is often the most important part. In a nutshell, you have to find the places where your people are hanging out and then go and hang out with them there. That's it. That's the advice. You know that's what I tell you. I tell exactly that whenever we talk. When you ask me for advice about how to get clients, that's what I tell you to do. To find the place or places, you need to know who your people are and then where they go. Today I want to give you 8 places to go and look for clients. First is online communities and forums. The easiest place to look for clients is in Facebook groups. The ones that are dedicated to entrepreneurs, of course. I see all of you in the VA groups, but that is not where you want to be. Networking with VAs is not going to get you clients for your VA business. Do you need to be in VA groups? Absolutely you do. We have an amazingly collaborative and supportive industry, and you need that connection. But you can't rely on VA groups to find clients. Some VA groups do allow clients in, but often those people are just there to post a job opportunity. They're not there to network and get to know anybody. They post a job, and it's actually often first past the post to the winner, right? To whoever answers first gets the role, or at least gets the interview. And that can feel so competitive and honestly exhausting. So instead, join entrepreneur groups where people are genuinely looking for connection and support. And I promise you that's where you'll find your clients. Other places include things like Reddit and Threads and other social media platforms where people are having actual conversations. You know, the social part of social media. These communities can be a great way to find your people and connect with them quickly. Number 2 is social media platforms. And while groups can be a great way to connect with people, you have to start somewhere, and searching hashtags and keywords can go a long way to helping you find the best communities. Sometimes people aren't necessarily looking for a group, but they're talking about getting support, or they're talking about problems they're having that would be solved by getting support. Looking for people who are looking for help is a good way to find clients, even though it could also be a little bit competitive. Searching on Instagram and LinkedIn can be very helpful in finding the specific people that you want to connect with. Networking is all about getting to know people, and you don't always have to do that in a group. You know, it's just a conversation one-to-one. If you find your target market clients on Instagram or on LinkedIn, for instance, you can connect with them and have direct conversations with them. Do be careful not to cold message selling your services, though. Instead, like, follow, and share their content and have real conversations in their comment sections. It does get you noticed, and when you do make the jump to the DMs, you will not be a complete stranger to them. Next is networking events and meetups. I can never stress the importance of networking enough in business. All businesses, including your VA business, will benefit from networking. Getting face to face with people, in person or online, is an important piece of growing your business. You will have real conversations with real people who are also running real businesses. Joining meetups and events that are being hosted in these business communities is a great way to keep your conversation ability and expertise even strong. One of the things I did to get out from behind my computer was to join a regular breakfast business group. At first, it made me painfully aware that I did not have real conversations with people very often. I stumbled over my words, I pitched my services, and nobody around the table needed the services that I chose to pitch. I had my elevator pitch from who I served, and it was not relevant to these people. It really did not take me long to change my approach, the words I used, the way I experienced the conversations with people, and it bashed the absolute need to sell something to someone who didn't need it. That experience alone was the key to me growing my business in a great way, recognizing that the people in front of you do need something. And if you can help them with it, you can have a client. It was so easy after that. Go to events, meet people, get clients. Next is workshops and webinars. Attending workshops and webinars that your target clients are also attending is an excellent way to get to know them. I used to sign up to be a vendor at local business events when I was just doing VA work. It would cost about $100 to have a table for the day at a local event, and to me it was well worth it in return. There'd be a room full of 100 entrepreneurs, all looking to grow their business, and they were learning from a coach or a consultant who was standing on the stage running the event, and then they needed to implement what they had learned. Enter Tracy. I was right there all day with them, learning at the same pace as they were as well, and I was there for them to talk to. It was like shooting fish in a barrel. I'm just kidding. It wasn't quite. They weren't all my ideal clients, but I left almost every event I ever went to with at least one prospect or client when I made the right decision about where to go. Another good option, is co-working spaces. The co-working space industry is still booming. There used to be just a couple in my city. Now there's all kinds of them. What makes them so great? For one thing, they offer space, community, tech, and events, but they don't offer support, at least not most of them. Their product is the space and how they can draw people in and create a community for them inside that space. Most people are solopreneurs, and they are there for the community, the ability to maybe host meetings in a business space, a lot of other reasons. So if you're working out of a co-working space, you can target that group as a target market. Find out what they need, like my people around the breakfast table, and provide that service. Talk to everybody about it. If you aren't working out of the space, you can always attend events that they host. Networking is a really important component of the co-working space. Events too, it's how they get people into their space and, of course, sign them up to use it. Another option is local business associations, or like your Chamber of Commerce. Your local business community can be an excellent resource for finding clients. Sometimes that means targeting a group that does not do the same thing. It might be hard if you target lawyers, for instance, to find 10 or 12 lawyers to work with, if that's how many clients you're looking for. But if you provide services that a few industries are in need of, like similar industries, then you can target a local group and make your service offering your niche. So for instance, if you offer social media services to small businesses, you can target your local business association and offer social media services to all of them, to, never mind what they do. Local business associations are also often a great source of clients because everybody is really supportive of local business, because everybody in the group is local. They want you to buy from them, so they recommend people to buy from you. Hiring a local VA is a no-brainer for them. Many business owners don't need full-time support or can't even afford it, so they do everything themselves. If they're able to bring you in for a few hours a month, that is very cost-effective for them. And of course, you're local too, so the trust factor can build really quickly as you get to know them. As well, these associations and chambers also usually provide resources and networking events for their members, which means that you can also get visibility by being a part of them. Educational institutions and professionals. What happens when someone learns something? They have to implement it in their business. Remember when I told you about being a vendor at some of the business events that I attended? That's exactly what I'm referring to. Partnering with people who teach others to do things is an excellent way to get clients. Strategic partnership can bulk up your business by creating a source of referrals from trusted people, people that you trust and people who trust you. You can make a point of creating these partnerships, or you can let them occur organically in your normal networking. Be careful when you're looking for these opportunities, though, not to pitch with nothing in return for somebody else. That doesn't mean you need to pay a commission or trade them anything, but you want to establish a relationship and go from that angle that you'll be helping their clients, not just getting them to pay you. It's true, because it's also not easy to do that. When I help someone, I always want to know that they'll be able to continue the work that we did on their own. And if I know someone who can help them do that, then I definitely want to connect them. And that's what you're looking for in your strategic connections. Next is women-focused entrepreneur groups. There are also national groups that you can join as a member that can be very fruitful for acquiring clients. They don't need to be women-focused, but many VAs are women and like to work with women. So I'm just suggesting it. Organizations like the National Association of Women Business Owners, NABO, or the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, WBENC, and you can become a member of their community. These associations do often have higher level business owners in them, the ones who are really looking to grow their business. Paying to be part of one of these associations often costs a little bit, and so you do want to make sure that it's the right choice for you. But for sure, you know that everyone who is a member has some skin in the game, and that can make the connections much more lucrative from a business standpoint than, say, free events, right? They also have members nationally, which means that you don't actually have to work with local folks if you don't want to. One of the struggles that I had early on was trying to explain to people that I didn't need to go for coffee or stop by their office to do their work for them. I live outside the city by 30 minutes, so if I go for coffee with someone, I lose 2 hours of my day or more. By connecting with a national group, you can work with anyone, anywhere. And the odds of many of your target clients being part of a big association like that is obviously much larger as well. The membership fee is a consideration, but feel free to connect with people who are members to ask them how they like their membership, what they do for community, event, resources, etc. And if it is a right fit for you, join with the intention of taking part and showing up, not just getting clients. You'll get the best results that way. If you're still shy of networking, a paid national membership may not be the right thing for you yet, so consider it carefully. And finally, podcasts. Getting visibility for your VA business can be a challenge if you don't have the large audience or number of followers. So how do you get the word out so you can increase your audience and your mailing list? Use other people's audiences. If you're a guest on a podcast, you're the expert at providing admin support or whatever your services are for entrepreneurs of XYZ type, right? You tell people who your target is. Like anything, you want to make sure that the host's audience is your target entrepreneurs, but being hosted as a guest can really make a difference to your client list. Reach out to people who host podcasts and ask them if they're looking for guests. It's really that simple. And then prepare yourself to showcase your services and your personality on their podcast. Be yourself and be sure to create a lead magnet for people to download at the end of the episode so that you can bring them into your community. It's a great way to get people onto your mailing list and get visibility for your VA business, and also helps you get really comfortable with talking about how you help your clients. And above all else, promote your episode when it goes live. It really helps the podcaster, but it also looks great on you to be featured on somebody else's show. I know every time I show somebody an interview that I've done, they're very impressed. Always be looking for opportunities to find clients. Figure out what works for you and work it. You can't sit back and hope that the clients are going to call you, at least not the great clients. You have to get yourself out there so that they can see you and notice you. I gave you 8 ways today. You don't have to do all of them. Pick 2 or 3. Which ones will you implement today? And of course, let's have another look at our quote from this week. If you make a sale, you can make a living. If you make an investment of time and good service in a customer, you can make a fortune. I love Jim Rohn's quotes. He always says exactly what I believe. Learn to make sales, learn to get clients, learn to network, and enjoy doing all of it. Business can be hard if you don't. Once again, it's not about getting somewhere quickly. It's about having the right plan with the right steps and moving towards it every day. Find your people, find your places, and get clients. I would love to help you get there. It's time. You know it's time. I'm here to help. It's the only reason I'm here at all, to help you become a ridiculously good VA. But it's you who has to take that first step. I've helped hundreds of VAs who are stuck get moving through my private coaching, my monthly mastermind group, The Virtual Circle, my group coaching program, 50K Bootcamp, and my self-study trainings like my Getting Started program, my monthly email membership, The Virtual Toolkit, and more. If you're ready to get my help, let's connect on a cut to the chase call to figure out which program is right for you. You can book your call at yourvamentor.com/chase. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.